Hello, Internet. Okay, so this is going to be even less well organized than normal because I have to do it all in one take because I don't have editing software on this computer. Um, and I'm not even sure this will go on the Internet. I hope it will. If you're seeing this, it has. So, this is week 4, I think, of classes. I have not become ridiculously sleep deprived yet. I've actually been keeping up pretty well. I'm having a great time using the Student Health Center gym, which is gigantic, which is kind of overstimulating for a while, but I got used to it. I bench pressed more than I have ever bench pressed before. I will not tell you what it is because I'm still ashamed of how low the number is. And so on the sort of basic life front, things are going pretty well. I have told all of the suite mates I am trans, or told other people in their presence, and therefore assume they heard me. And none of the conversations ended with me being beaten to death with sticks. They did, oddly enough, all end with surgery questions, but for whatever reason, all of them asked like the sort of starter pack of the offensive questions, but they asked them with such like I don't even know. I wasn't offended, and I don't know why, because textbook Trans Etiquette 101 suggests I should have been ridiculously offended by everything that went on in that conversation, and I wasn't, and I don't know why. And I kind of feel like I probably swallowed a lot of what would have made me offended sort of out of, like, nervousness, because I have to live with these people until the end of the year. So the stakes for us getting along are pretty high. But there's also, like, there was such a, not exactly respect, but it wasn't voyeurism that made them ask. It was like a quest for it was like someone saying, where are you from, what's your favorite sport. It was like a question for information more than for like some sort of weird interest. I don't know. They didn't feel like they were asking rudely, even though the words they were saying were the rude words. I'm not sure. And I can't tell if I should have, like, seized the moment and gone, like, and this is how you do not ask these questions offensively. But I didn't want to, like, make trouble, which is rare for me, actually. But I live with these people, so the stakes for trouble are pretty high. Previously making trouble at school, I get to go home every day. But this is home now. Someone is yelling. I did snap at someone who asked me a surgery question. My roommate's, I think, ex-girlfriend now? Some girl my roommate was hanging out with who he's stopped hanging out with. And that's all I know about that. Was lurking, which was weird actually in and of itself because the roommate was gone. I was sitting on my bed doing my crocheting and listening to the radio. These are not activities intended to broadcast that I require conversation. They are, in fact, activities for broadcasting that I wish to be left alone. Apparently, however, this is not clear. And she asked about my tattoos, because I changed my shirt earlier when she was in the room. And I explained about the tattoos, and she knew neither the Rocky Horror Picture Show nor the Metamorphosis, which made the references involved in the tattoos a little bit more complicated, so I had to explain those, which is always a pain. And so, in order to explain them, you have to say, I am a transsexual. And when people say, what is a transsexual, you can at least answer them. It's sort of an admitting that they don't know, and then you can have a conversation, and it's fine. But when people, like, kind of act like they know, and you can tell they don't, that's really, really annoying. It's like, you have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? You're just faking it because you don't want to offend me, except that now you're offending me more because I know exactly what you're going to ask me next, which is, have you had the operation? And actually, that wasn't the next question. The next question was, how long have you been trans? And then there was, isn't there an operation and have you had it? So I answered that question as tersely as possible, and then pointed out to her that it was offensive in my best, dour Professor McGonagall voice. And she apologized, and then I felt like a dick. But I didn't feel that bad about it because really, the operation. It's like, are you an invert who's had a sex change? Sorry, this is the 21st fucking century. The operation. Yes, I am actually one of the, like, a man with a light up nose, and you can poke me with tweezers, and if you do it wrong, honk. That's what transsexuals are. We have the operation. Anyway, but that's been the only bad trans conversation I've had, and that's really been, that and the Sweetmates have been about it. In the realm of changes about testosterone, sorry, I'm trying to cover multiple topics. I've never done one of these in one take before. Oh, I've noticed that sappy things, like a weird set of sappy things, like sports movies and sappy country songs and those sad advertisements with Sarah McLachlan and the sad puppies, get me all choked up, but they like, nothing makes me tear up anymore. More things make me get all choked up and, like, maudlin, but I don't, the mechanics of crying don't happen. Which is kind of weird, because I actually cried pretty easily before, and it like, just mechanically. And that, I was used to that, and I was used to, like, how to stifle that as quickly as possible, which is hard. I don't know. That's weird. I tried to grow a beard, and it didn't exactly work. I grew about 3/4 of a beard, and I was missing about the quarter right here. I also had a little goatee for a while, but I was exiled by the girlfriend. And, so I succeeded in sideburns, which I feel I should grow out to Elvis-like proportions, but probably not. I guess I don't have the hair for it. Anyway, things are pretty good. This has not been the most organized update, but hopefully there will be more in the future, but not until after midterms. Okay. You stay classy, Internet.